Hello, my name is Ankita. I'm a clinical psychologist, and today I want to talk to you about the parentified child. As the name suggests, the parentified child, or a child that has been parentified, has been expected to take on the responsibility for the parents or someone around the house, both emotionally and practically. This can be their own parents, siblings, and so on. What this does is creates a developmental problem in the child. It has certain long lasting effects where the child grows up feeling like they are responsible for the other person's feelings, and this can very well grow over to the adulthood. Now, there are a few telltale signs of if someone is a parentified child, and I'm going to get into it. The first one is an overspread sense of responsibility. A parentified child would often feel accountable for others' feelings or responsible for the other person. If you are the mother in the group, the caregiver in the group, or even the person in the group who people come to for advice, you might be the parentified child. You feel like it is your duty to make sure everyone's doing well and feeling okay, which is a huge responsibility to take for everybody around you. Point number two, the next issue that the parentified child experiences it is with respect to boundaries. You are unable to distinguish when it is okay to give or when it is too much for you to give. And over a period of time, repeatedly, when this keeps happening, the parentified child or this individual is likely to become extremely frustrated and irritated and angry, and may even feel like he's the only one who's doing everything for everyone else and is taken for granted. Point number three, they tend to emotionally suppress themselves because obviously the emotions that they are feeling at this point aren't really very healthy. They are feeling overwhelmed, they are feeling irritated, but addressing that or dealing with that would eventually mean that they would have to stop doing the things that they have been doing for the people around them, which they are not comfortable with. Confrontations, again, and upsetting people are things that they are not comfortable with due to their responsibility. Therefore, they suppress their emotions. Now, as a result of not being able to express how they feel, as a result of not being able to tell their loved ones what they're really going through, they tend to keep it to themselves and therefore experience a lot of stress and anxiety because confrontation is definitely not something that they're comfortable with. Because this is your role, you are expected to do that. That's something they keep telling themselves. And when they are unable to fulfill that role, because obviously it's an extremely heavy role, right? They tend to blame themselves, which again would lead to stress and anxiety. Even having to confront or express those feelings would come with stress and anxiety of the fear of being rejected by their loved ones. As you can guess, this leads me to our next point. This is eventually going to lead them to struggle in relationships because their needs are not met. However, they are constantly meeting the needs of other people. So while they are the ones who might be doing all the complaining, the others might be the ones really enjoying themselves in the relationship, which is quite troublesome and disturbing to this person. Moving on to our next point, they obviously have difficulty with taking care of themselves. They will prioritize other people and not themselves enough to be able to take care of themselves. As I said, over a period of time, their quality of life decreases. They also start having trouble with identity in identifying who they are and what they like and the things that they want to do because their time is entirely engulfed with what others want from them rather than the other way around, which can be really overwhelming. And towards the end, I want to add that if you are someone who has been experiencing these things, I want to remind you that you're not alone and that you can reach out and seek help, and these things can change. Of course, reaching out to people and telling them how you truly feel, or not doing these things for other people, or being the parent constantly taking responsibility for other people is very difficult to deal with, but it's not impossible, and it can be done slowly over a period of time. Alright, that was all for today, and I hope to see you soon talking about more different and interesting topics.